It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Brings up 2nd and 4. Give to Cook out of the gun.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on an opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Again, it's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On play action. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A run there with Cook on 1st down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Packers' 46-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Bring it!
I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line. Struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Off the option, it's Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now on 2nd and 16. Rodgers steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in.
Touchdown, Vikings! Herb Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now a first down carry by Jones. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points. This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone? Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than... halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket. And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll set up to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes them back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stop short. The 35.
37-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Rodgers to throw once more. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Jones again.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. No CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure... The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, it's Cook again.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Za'Darius Smith, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And quickly they get to the line. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Rodgers again now. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers eluding the pressure, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now a signal in the timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime here with a visit. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
115 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football. Getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Christian Wilkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. Flush to his right. It's caught here by Adams. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
He'll try again.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw here. That'll be complete to Cook. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Back to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary picks up his second sack of the afternoon. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
13 yards. 1st down, Packers.
Now Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now before the ball changes hands, we're going to take a look at this.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
153 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Rodgers now to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's got this down to the 35. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to it.
Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Looking deep for Adams. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
Let's go.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. The give is to Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And down to the 29-yard line.
182 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard. To go on 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain.
Here's Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now, because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Za'Darius Smith, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:23 to play. A good rally to the football keeps them to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Try to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 9. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's complete. It's Cook.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
56, Mike, 56.
They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to...
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.